Hello, everybody. This is part 2 of the Gaslighter Chronicles. I have won. So after a 3-year battle, 3 years of persecution by a bunch of fucking low-life, they're people, but their fun is fucking slaying other people, and it's really vicious and cruel what they do. Golly gosh, I'm feeling like I'm back in the corner. I feel comfortable. I feel okay. The whole journey's been, hello, viewer number one. The whole journey's been one of great learning and great spiritual maturity. So it's been beneficial. I've lost, though. I've lost physically, but, who gives a fuck? This is just such a buzz to be, I call the term enlightened. So it's just a great way to be. What I mean by being backed into the corner, it's like I'm the lone wolf, the only dude out there on my own. And I'm capable of that, so no fucking pity parties, please. But what I'm finding is that the so-called nice people in our community that are non-enlightened, they're a fucking as big a nightmare or a headache to humanity as these extreme cases, the gaslighting community. The one's as bad as the other. I mean, fucking hell. There's this fucking lion prick. He might have been the one that sniped me. So the last hangout got sniped. But I've got it now on video. His behaviour. He fucking lied. The little ego monster came out and he just spewed out lies. That's the phenomenon I call fizzing. So this is great. This is fucking fantastic material. Now, hello, viewer number 2. So what I've learned, and so the title as well, not having, it says I have won, and I truly have. I mean, I've won the whole journey. I know precisely how to deal with people with egoic problems. I know precisely how to identify them. I know precisely what I know precisely what to do to try and manage those behaviours out of existence. So that's not a thing about where you control people. It's got nothing to do with that at all. It's an act of great love, or good love, to bring that person to, spiritual maturity. So, oh, what a day. But I added on the end, I am the master debater. Now, that has two contexts, right? It's an admission that I masturbate, and that's what most people do. And we hide these little fucking secrets or these little gems, we don't make a big deal out of them. I mean, you shouldn't go, it's a private thing and that's where it should stay, masturbation, but, you shouldn't be embarrassed about it. I mean, Jesus said, I'll read what he said, and I always bloody, what I find with the Jesus sayings, that the more you live life around those sayings, the more they fucking reveal to you. They seem like simple and probably initially bizarre sayings, but they are just so rich with wisdom, far greater than Plato or anyone else. So Jesus was a special human being. He wasn't a god, though. So the other aspect of this masturbation is being frank, and I'll talk about being frank. It's funny what amuses me at the moment. But the other aspect is, I really think that I can have a discourse or a debate with just about anybody, and usually should be successful because I live by the natural order of things. It's a very simple order, but I know it extremely well and extremely accurately. So I want to read Jesus. So Jesus, my good man Jesus, I love Jesus. Now, what he said is this. When I saw it, I thought, wow, fuck, this is cool. We can educate the Muslim people to fucking get the ladies to get their burqas off. Those burqas have no spiritual context whatsoever. So his disciples said, when will you appear to us and when will we see you? Now, he's talking, his disciples were young Jewish boys that came up through the Pharisee tradition. The Pharisee tradition's got a lot of bullshit and whip magic in it, So you'll see rabbis going apeshit over fucking silly little things that they claim. Oh, look, a fucking miracle. Wee. It's fucking all crap. Crazy ass crap. Anyway, so that's the context. Now, this is what Jesus said, and this is very important. He said, when you strip, so in other words, when you take, and he means literally, when you take all your clothes off and you stand unashamed. So that was the big lesson for me this morning. I stood unashamed before the whole fucking world. Well, not yet. I haven't stripped or anything like that. But I mean, I know that I could do it if I chose to. I just know that I can do that sort of thing. So I've attained that. And you take your clothes off and put them under your feet like little children and traveling. Then you will see the Son of the living one, and you will not be afraid. I have no fear. I have zero fear, except if you come up to me with a gun, my survival instinct for the self will kick in and I'll feel fear. But other than that, I have no fear. So that's true. I know what the Son of the Living One precisely means. I know exactly 100% what it is. All right, so this is round 2 of the fucking me versus the nuffs. They'll probably keep snuffing, because what happens when you confront an egoic mind, it will fight to the death. I'm not kidding. Your mother, if she's got an ego thing, would fucking kill you rather than give up her ideas. So it's a bloody battle. It is a real battle. What they're giving up is nothing in the end of the day, and on the other side of giving it up, there's a great outcome. Something that you will not have experienced before in your life. It makes so much difference to the living experience. So it's sort of like looking at a very tall mountain, very tall mountain, thinking that it's impossible. But then when you take the journey step by step, you actually achieve it. And when you get to the top and see the other side, you know, it's far better than the dark side that you came from. All true. Not bullshit and not woo-woo crap. This is all based on absolute realities, absolute truth, absolute true love. There's only one love too, by the way. Alrighty, now, that's good. I think that's good. Let's put that there. Ready for me? Hello, viewer number 1. I'm just going to take my link and carefully place it out in the wilds. Now there's Kirby, and what's he up to? So what Kirby's just said, and he said this. So this is Kerberos. He's a. Oh, you know what? I reckon he fucking pulled the plug, and I'll tell you why. I hit the nail on the head with him. Now I'm going to be lethal with these people in terms of their. So that's not in a physical way, but in terms of their lies, I will call them out very precisely. What Kirby did, I called Kirby out for his professional role and how he would throw 2 young 15 boys that were being abused by a pedophile by the name of John May under the bus just so he could win this fucking debate. That's the key to him. But then there's a little bit more to the dude. There's something fucking weird going on with his relationship with his parents. But, you know, that's it. Chop, chop then. Well, I have to check who's in there, dude. Big cheese down, that rainbow toasty Tom. All right, so that's all right. I'll put it in there. So I'm going to start inviting people in again, and we might get fucking viewers. We might get pulled down again. The boys are on a rampage. I'm not going to let Kirby in. Kirby can go fuck himself. Who's this? Salty meatball. Shit. I don't know who the fuck you are. Now, who's this one? So Kirby. Now, this is delusional thinking by these pricks, right? I'll read what he says. I can spot delusional thinking a fucking mile away. He says, good job, Rob. So he's sort of claiming me to be the author of that situation, but I'm not. You know, I was just having a discussion, but I was being very firm. You lost all the people on your side. So that's his psychology. This is part of his gameplay. This is what they actually do, gaslighters. They actually try and socially isolate you. But I told him, I don't fucking care. I can do this on my own. And I don't want other people involved anyway. I mean, you know, because it could get a bit rough, the fight. So I don't want to hurt anyone or see anyone hurt. And I'm quite capable of taking care of business on my own. I could do twice as many of these pricks, you know, or deal with them. So so he's misspeaking. And he made that up in his head. This is his delusional view of reality, right? He imposes it as if it is the reality, but it's not. It's just not. And here's the other thing that he doesn't realise. There are still a bunch of people, I call them the hounds from hello, that are on my side. So now what's this? Biggie, what's he doing? Fuck off. Is that me? Biggie, hang on, I'll just see who's in your room. I think I've hurt Rosie's little nose butt, but fuck it. I don't give a shit anymore. Don't be nice to people, you know, or what you think to be nice. Just be honest, 100% honest. It works much better. So they might be all scared to come in now. Little scaredy cats. All right, who else have we got? That's Kirby sniffing around everywhere. Who's that lot? Maya Shoe. Colin. So I need to piss him off out of there. I'm getting quite the hang of how to manage these joints. So I'll get rid of the snipers. Yeah, of course you fucking will, but no, you won't. Guess what? I'm in charge now. And I run a tight ship. Oh dear. Where's my fucking mate Tomata? I think they might have turned him on me, but that's okay. He'll be fine. He's a good lad. I don't care about that. You see, that's the other thing, viewers. Don't ever, you know, if you think you understand a situation, and, you know, you get with me, my confidence is very high. Don't ever let someone talk you out of your own decisions. That's fucking inappropriate. You're your own person. We live by our own moral code. If you fucking start listening to them, they'll have you fucking thrown under a bus. So, like, for example, right, 3 years of abuse by these people, significant. I mean, really significant. I was actually doing the math. It's probably cost me about, hello, viewer number 4. It's probably cost me about $200 and something odd thousand financially, in terms of loss of income and costs of publishing my book, to be thrown under the bus by these people. So there's that financial aspect. Then on top of that, you've got health outcomes that are negative. You've got mental health care stays, 2 of them, lithium for life, probably a shortened lifespan. You know, so those are significant things. And what these pricks want me to do is just walk away. Hey, so it's sort of like going up to someone and kicking them in the nuts and saying to them, now say sorry. It's I know it sounds funny, but it's fucking exactly what it is. It's exactly the same story. I mean, fucking hell, it's crazy. And I get go into the nut house. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So I'll just read what we'll do, viewers, whilst they amuse themselves. I'll just report on what they're saying, because what happens when they're under so much pressure, so they've lived a fucking lie, a big lie, I promise you, lots and lots of fucking lies. What the lies profile us good folk. And they live that lie. So you've got the lie and the truth. They know both sides of the story. And then they do what I call fizzing. They fizz out information. It's entangling the lie and the truth, which gives them up. It tells us very, very clearly that these people are gaslighters. So Good job, Rob, blah, blah, yeah. I'll come back in. Yeah, you're afraid of me. And that's a typical tactic. Don't get fucking things. They call you a coward or whatever. I ain't afraid of nothing. I promise you. I'm just not. That's what comes from being enlightened. So that's another false statement. False statement versus true statement equals gaslighting. They're trying to psychologically confound you. So stick to your guns, folks, right? Tell them to fuck off. They can call you any, sticks and stones will break your bones, but the stones will never hurt you. Just fuck off. There's my good friend Beggy. He shot me too. See, good friends turn to fucking bad. And the reason that they do it is because they perceive that they're going to maintain a good relationship within these communities, these online communities. But if they actually paid attention, they're fucking shit communities. You should go and listen to these pricks and what they talk about. Talk about shallow end of the pool. Yet come to my, hello viewer number 5, come to my hangouts with my hounds from Hello, and you'll see and they're not mine, this is what I call them. You'll see a really rich experience, an intellectually intelligent conversation, and lots of love, true love, right? Maybe a bit of sex, I don't know. Well, you gotta be honest. Although I haven't had any sex or anything online, I've just mucked around a bit. What do you call it? Flirting, teasing. So yeah. Bloody interesting. Bloody interesting. 1 second, viewers. Okay, now Sydney, one of the big players that everyone seems to fucking bow down to is a guy called Sydney Schneider, and he's a Satanist apparently. I had a quick look at the satanic rules, and let me tell you, they're very fundamentally selfish, and that breaks the code. That goes against the natural order of things. So this old fart, this 75-year-old fart, who basically gaslights other human beings for get his rocks off. So he's probably a master. Well, he probably thinks he's a master debater, but yeah, he's a fucking piece of shit, really. Well, at least his behaviours are. So he's gone to the shop for about 30 minutes, sort of saying, he's probably had a tug on the way. Fucking guy got Beasley. I'm winning. No, Schneider, I've won. No matter what you do from this point forward, I've won. I don't care about winning. Oh, sorry. The winning for me is when people speak the truth. When they speak the truth, they become more spiritually mature. They benefit. And for me, I get my justice and sort of my liberty back, because these people have everyone on the fucking face of the planet thinking that I'm a terrible person. And I'm not. I'm not. I'm a very, 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 very good person. All right. Let's see what else. I'm missing my old mate Tomato, because they probably turned him on me. And if he did, for that reason, I'm going to kick him in the fucking nuts. You got to stick by the enlightened dudes. Now there's this gay guy. Hello, viewer number 5. There's this gay guy, Buntu. Now what I've said, and I mean it, although, hello, viewer number 6. I mean it. There's about 6 or 7 of them, right? I want them to stand naked with their jocks on, of course, their underpants, and make a full public confession And unfortunately for them, because I warned them, they have to do it alone. So in other words, they make their confession and then they go off into the world on their own. Whereas with Down Corner, who I've still got a question mark on, I supported him, and I can be a great support. I'll defend you to the death. Now, even though you sort of wronged me, now Buntu coming in, so we might see if he comes in, but he's a typical coward, you know, very afraid human being. Excuse me. Oh, who's that? Oh, that's Biggie Cheese. Love Biggie Cheese. He's a fucking cool dude. He looked to me like a fucking gangster. Or maybe he still is, but he's really got a soul of gold. And then there's this 16-year-old dude. He's enlightened. He's fucking really intelligent. I'm going to actually sick him onto these people because, you know, he'll just have fun running rings around these old farts. Oh, yeah. Now, see, this is Buntu, right? This is what I mean about, this is the creepy, sleazy shit. I'd rather just say, I love you, and I mean it. I know I mean it. And show us your boobs, you know, because I like looking at boobs. But I don't. I did that, but I don't make a habit of that. It doesn't mean I don't like it, though. Got to be honest. So he says, hi, Rob, with a little heart. So he's a gay dude, right? He's not getting into my pants because I'm not gay. But what he's trying to do, he's under extreme pressure to tell the truth, right? Because he's been a fucking bad little lad. He's like, I don't know, is it Gollum, something like that? Anyways, the only thing, and all of them need to know this, they think I'm fucking joking. They must do these online live videos in just their jocks. And it's got to be sincere. I mean, I will know if it's not sincere. I just will. And if it doesn't pass muster, I'll say, fucking do it again. Keep going till you get it right. Because one of the things I do, hey, and this is something, right? And it's really important to know this. People will give you what I call weak-assed apologies. Like they might murder your family members, right? And then they'll say, I'm sorry. No, you fucking idiots. You say exactly what you did and why you did it. Because if you don't do that, if you don't verbalize, you know, what you actually did and the fact, see, I know exactly why they do it. It all comes from the self-survival instincts. All fucking sins and bad behaviors all come from that one place. But they have to verbalize why they emotionally wanted to do that. The answer will always be, I was self-serving. I didn't give a fuck about anyone else. That's why I did it. And I'm really deeply sorry. And I'll never do it again. That type of thing is the apology. So like the code, the apologies have a very strict and standard format. And once you do that, you don't need the other person, the victim's blessing. It doesn't matter. As long as you've done it correctly, you can just move on with your life. Because you've liberated that victim as well. Right. So, there. What's that? Hang on. So why has he got a fucking camera on his thing? Hello, viewer number 7. Is that you, Schneider? Schneider, have you come back from your little 30-minute walkies? Guess what? If it is you, Schneider, you're fucking lost. You can't do a thing now to recover. You can't do a thing now to recover your position. You can't. It's impossible. It's locked in. And spiritually, I thought I was at the end of the road, but I think I am now. I don't know that there could be any. Oh, hang on, there's a little thing which is quite interesting. That's where it gets a bit flaky, but anyway, I'll decide whether I'm interested in that. When I was writing the book, hello, 5 years. When I was writing the book, I found a way. So it was always about truth, right? I was always looking. So, for example, if you have a thing called prophecy and it seemingly predicts things, I have to know, for me to be comfortable, I have to know how it was done, what was the technique. And it turns out that all of the fucking biblical prophecies were written post-mortem. That means that they were written after the things that they predicted. Think I'm joking? Scholarship backs me on that one. So that's how they scammed it. Now, that sort of thing, or that reality, so now we've got an explanation for something that was allegedly God-given. We can comfortably say that fucking God isn't real. It's easy. 1, 2, 3, bang. Get the fuck out of here. But something really interesting happened, because I'm an inquiring sort of a son of a bitch. So what sorry, Mum. I looked at fucking Nostradamus out of curiosity, because I thought, so far in the religious story, I'm able to logically and rationally explain, well, not logically, but through the spiritual code, I'm able to define exactly what happened and how it happened. But to this day, I cannot work out how he would have pulled that off, the Nostradamus stuff. I've got no explanation at all. And there's some really interesting quatrains that, very, very interesting quatrains. But that's another story, and maybe another book. Nah, fuck it. Well, I'm not going to fucking write another book. Alrighty, let's roll the video tape. Oh, there's the creepy dude. Hey, Mr. Creepy Dude. I'll give him the link, see if he comes in. I'll give him time to talk and whine and whinge. See, one of the things, viewers, when you're dealing with an ego, it's fucking very difficult to break. I'm getting closer to a strategy. I've got some really good ideas. So when and if I break these people, and that doesn't mean break their spirit, it just break their fucking egos. If I get that sorted, I'll share that. It won't be a complex thing, but I'll share it, because I think it's really important that we be able to master the monster egos. Now, he's got his knickers in a knot, so he'll probably pass that on. He'll pass that on to the naughty boys. There's my little mate. Now, this guy's 16-year-old, right? 16. Only just met him. He was actually hanging with the bad dudes. And I promise you, he's fucking in control of them all. 16 and enlightened. Amazing stuff. Who's that person? Oh, that's that stupid bugger. All right, so what I'm doing, I'm just sort of circulating the address. I imagine what they'll be doing now. Hang on, who's that prick? Oh, that's Colin. Ah. Colin's a young dude that's enlightened. He might come in, he might not. That's what us enlightened people do. We do what we want to do. No matter how sort of exciting it's allegedly feels, if we don't want to fucking go. Oh, here we go. This could be interesting. There's a couple of fucking religious nuts. Hello, viewer number 5. There's some of these religious dudes. Some of these come in, believers. They behave really badly. There's this guy called Grizz London. Don't know whether anyone knows him. He's a Christian dude, and he fucking monstered, young people, bullied them. And then there's this other dude, White Knight. I want to fucking get time with him in a room. Oh dear. And Armando, if anyone knows Armando, the Commando, let's have a master debate. Actually, that's an idea. I might call a new series, I'll call it the Master Debate Series. So if you know people that are interested in, here we go. This will fucking get us into trouble, viewers, but I'm going to do it. Fuck it. So what I'm doing is I'm giving out the link to the enemy, the evil ones. They're salivating, but the worst they can do is just pull in the channel. Oh, there he is, the creepy fucking dude again. Fucking hell. Get off the fence, you prick. Don't ever sit on the fence, fellas. Don't ever sit on the fence. There's Hanky Panky. There's Dan Corner. So Dan Corner sort of rolled over, which was a great victory for me. He's the first one to roll over, but I just don't know that he's left it behind. I'm not convinced. There's Buntu. Yeah, come in, Buntu. Come in. If I talk sexy to him, he might come in. Come in. I'll say, who loves you? One of our viewers might be Buntu. Who loves you? When I say that, I actually mean it. Even though he's a gay guy, I don't have problems with gay people. I just see a person in spiritual pain, or dilemma. That's all I see, and I just can't help myself. I want to help. But these people I can turn it into a game. Oh, here he is. Hello, everybody. This is Buntu Skiffler, or Shiftler, or Shifty Bastard. Hang on. There you go, Buntu.
Hi, Rob. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you.
I saw that you're in an earlier hangout with Serb in the gang. How did that go?
Very well, thank you. Until
Good.
they sniped it.
Okay, you're starting to take the leader on toe-to-toe. You think you can handle him?
Who's the leader? Excuse me.
Didn't you say Curb was the leader, the guy that you thought was the most formidable?
Well, it doesn't matter who they are, Buntu. It doesn't matter who they are. I can handle any fucking human being. In fact, I could actually handle. So what would you say? About 50 or 60? How many people am I fighting at the minute?
Okay, I'm really going to think now. The Brits are about what? Let's say that's 10 people.
No. More than that.
Well, okay. Well, let's say the Brits are 14 people. And then Sid's group is about 6, maybe 7. So there's 21. And then like Serb's group is like maybe 5. So there's 26. I don't know, about 26 people, 26 to 30 people.
I disagree. I think you left out. So you're probably talking about the main gaslighters, but the communities themselves have a far more larger number of regulars, the likes of Hermione and Sugar Rhodes and all of that crew. I think that takes it up to around about 50 myself.
50. Well, there's Brojo, and then there's Team Tiny Dancer, and then there's the Brits, and I don't know who else. And then what's that guy Armando? His group.
Yeah. I'm going after them as well.
So yeah, maybe there is 50.
Yeah.
Petra.
No, Petra's on my side.
Okay, what do you like about Petra? That she sings all the time?
No, she's enlightened.
Okay.
I'm not kidding, mate. She is. She's a very special young lady.
Have you seen this other British kid named James
Baldwin? Baldwin, yeah, he's enlightened.
Do you want to invite him to the hangout?
Yeah, no worries. But I haven't got him on my list anywhere. You invite him.
Okay, well, let me see.
What are you? You don't fancy him, do you?
No, he's just a kid.
That's
I just, he's a new guy on the block.
He's a good kid. He's but like all enlightened people, he'll just go where he wants to go.
Well, there's a lot of James Baldwin, so I don't think I can get him.
Yeah.
I just typed his name in the chat.
Hang on. Maybe I have got him somewhere. Wow.
Okay, so you're going to have a debate tonight? Is that what you're doing, Master Debates?
Yeah, what I thought I'd do is run. So, I've got the Gaslighter Chronicles and I've got the Enlightened Chronicles. I thought what I'd do is start a series called the Master Debations.
Okay.
Yeah, I got him. Anything. Oh, well, I've got favourite subjects, so I'll do Islam, I'll do Christianity, I'll do, yeah, I got him, he's been sent an invite, or he's been added. Yeah, so I can do the Christian topic and fucking win that, so there'll be no Christianity when I'm done.
Right.
Yeah. Islam, I can do that. I can do spirituality, do that well. I can do the historicity of Jesus well, better than probably most people.
So that's a lot of debates, man, right there.
Yeah, well, they're the things I'm interested in, but I'm happy to talk about pretty much anything, really, because that way I might learn something new.
Okay, what about Bulldog? I mean, he doesn't want to debate. He just wants to argue with you.
Oh, no, I'm not interested. I'm not going to talk to Bulldog ever again until he's done that full confession in his jocks. Just like you're going to do.
Okay.
Hey, I'll tell you what, I might even lead the parade. I might go first just to show.
Just to show that it can be done, that you got the balls to do it, man.
That's right. Well, see, that was the big revelation this morning. I woke up and I had a bit of a masturbation event going on.
Right.
Yeah, Well, you masturbate, don't you?
Yeah, on occasion, but not as much as I used to.
Yeah. It slows down. But
yeah,
what it made me realise, I just realised that, fuck, who should have any right over what I do ever? Why can't I do what I choose to do ever? And that includes my wife. Where does she have any right to tell me what to do? Equally, though, where do I have any right to tell her what to do?
Yeah.
And that's living by the code. That's living by the code. Right. And it works. It's a better life. We fuck ourselves over for these egos. Yeah.
Rob, do you know who the most virile guy is that I've ever met here in G+?
No, who? G-Man?
No, he doesn't get kinky. I mean, G-Man's all about God. If you want to know the most virile guy I've ever met here in G+, it's Kazoom.
Oh, Kizzy. I'd debate Kizzy, so if you can, that'd be.
I thought you meant like masturbation. I mean, that dude is ready and loaded every day, man.
Oh, okay. So he's sexually active in the hangout.
He is like a porn. He makes homemade porn. I'm not lying.
Oh, okay. That's not a good thing.
Why? I mean, he makes a lot of. I don't know if he makes money from it, but he gets a lot of hits and like comments.
Yeah, I know. No, it's wrong. It's spiritually, it's wrong. And when you do that, I mean, when you do that sort of shit, sex should be. So here's the rule, right? You must have true love, like mummy true love. Don't get that fucking confused, but true love, right? With the person that you're going to have sex. And equally, they must have the same relationship with you. And then once those things are in place, then you have your sex.
Okay, but I don't think he'll ever get like married or anything.
No, but I'm not talking marriage. I'm just talking about, so like I might see a pretty girl here on the thing, and I might want to see her boobies,
Right.
So I would establish true love, right? Make sure that was in place. And then I just ask the question. And if she said no, I'd say fine. I don't have a problem. Because I can go out anywhere on the internet and find heaps of pictures of boobs.
You can hook up, yeah, with boob pictures.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm just using that as an example. We should be that liberated in life that if that's what we want to do. I mean, it's great fun flirting. Flirting's a good thing.
It's natural.
Yeah, but what in terms of the sexual act, the flirting is probably a lot more fun than the actual act.
Okay, keep going on that because that's interesting.
No, that's it. I'm finished.
Oh, that was a pretty interesting subject, dude.
Yeah, but I've just said it all. That's it. There isn't more to it. No. Think about it. So do you flirt with ladies?
Well, yeah, I guess so. But I mean, I just sort of like puff them, cheer them up and stuff. It's not like flirting. It's
Well,
just
no,
flirting.
hang on. No, flirting is very specific. So, firstly, you should establish. So for me, right, I love all humanity. So I already know that groundwork, that important piece of groundwork's in place. The flirting then would be from that base. Would be about just flirting, but it has a sexual context. So you should have
really
feedback. You should have feedback in the body. Feedback in the body.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, no, then I don't flirt. I mean, I just like horse around with women. I don't really flirt for feedback.
That's not flirting. That's not flirting.
Okay. Yeah, I just horse around with them, tell them shit, and they tell me shit back, and it's not like serious.
Yeah, but you shouldn't do that crap. You should always.
Why? Because we love it. It's fun.
No. It's more fun to be truthful. It's more fun to be truthful. You're just wasting time.
Sugar dances on cam and shakes her boobies and everything. I mean, it's just fun stuff.
Yeah, but that's egotistical, right? Right?
Oh, well, I mean, she's not like throwing it in my face. We're just having fun.
No, but what I'm saying is her action. See, from a woman's perspective, right, boobs are just like chests. They're like what we think about chests. So we don't think them chests in a sexual context. They don't think of their boobs in a sexual context.
But she has like monster boobs, man.
Yeah, but she's doing that. That's egoically. That's hurting her spirituality.
Well, I mean,
the way it should work, Buntu, is that you, the male, should initiate the want to see the boobs. Then if she wants to, she can respond, because then it should be based on a sexual experience.
Well, I mean, I don't initiate the shit, but we're just horsing around making jokes, and then she'll like do that shit.
Yeah, but that's right. That's right. She initiates, right? That's egoic. Now I'm starting to wonder about the Marconoia bloody story. Did she do the same thing with Marconoia, and did I actually read the play wrong there? Maybe.
Who knows? Did you ever meet Mark?
Yeah, I know he's a dirty prick. I mean, I read him very quickly. He's no good. He's not a good one.
Okay, when you met him, what did he say?
Well, he called me. Like when the bully pack are going at you, right? They name call you and they get nasty at their little victims. Well, he was just the same as that sort of behaviour. But here's what he did, which was different. He made that mock-up message from Sugar. I knew she didn't write it. She validated that she didn't write it. Then he went one step further. He hooked it back into a web page to make it look like it was came from her account. And I thought, you fucking dirty, fucking low-life prick. I knew at that point that he had shopped Sugar to the community. The community turned on Sugar and bullied her out of town. Then they forced her to come back and apologise. It's that scenario where you go up to someone and you kick them in the nuts and you say thank you.
Right.
That's exactly what happened. I know that 100%. That's why I'm really pissed off with this guy. Hey, guess what? James is out there, dude.
Hey, come on in, James. He's like fighting with the other guys. There's like Ash and Russ. They like tease him.
No, he's in control, mate. I promise you. He can take care of himself.
Like, I think Amy and Russ and Ash, they tease him.
Yeah. Yeah, but they have no impact on him. He's very spiritually mature. I promise you.
Okay, this is what he's okay. They're teasing him right now, and he says, "Hi, I'm 55." That's not him. He's just quoting this. And this is what I do. I should be more accomplished, but I am a freak and do not want to change. Other people the same age as me have achieved far more. I'm an embarrassment. So I guess maybe that's James. I guess he's talking to Russ.
Oh, yeah, that's right. What he'd be doing is profiling Russ.
Right.
Yeah, that's what he's doing. So don't worry about him, mate. I tell you, he'll run rings around fucking all of you dudes. He's a very, very switched on young fella. It's like that girl, Rainbow Warrior.
What happened to her?
Oh, she's fucking brilliant, mate. I love her.
I haven't seen her in ages. Rainbow?
Yeah, I'd like to catch up with her, actually. So if you got any contacts, get a hold of her and get her in. She'd make for a good show.
Yeah, especially where she's been.
Yeah, she's.
What about Amy? Do you fight with Amy? Woody?
I know, like I do with everyone. I slap her silly in the ego nuts. It's just that she's got a really bad problem somewhere in her psyche. And when she's easy prey, right? You give her a smack and she goes, rah, 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 rah. She's fucking as funny as go get up.
Okay, so you were with Phantom, right? How's he doing?
Well, I called him out again because here's one of the things. You need to remember this in life. There's two enemies in this fucking life. There's the ego, right? And then there's the fucking so-called nice person who still has ego. They're two different cats. So, for example, Bulldog, I classify as full-on ego, Sydney ego. But you'll get a guy like Phantom who looks like an enlightened dude. But every time you fucking need him to stand up and say, Rob's right, fuck off, you pricks, stop picking on him. He never does it because he wants to just be seen as everybody's friend.
Right.
That's egoic. That's looking out for the self. That's looking out for the self. And so here's an important thing too to remember. There's only two things in spirituality.
Right.
Self, actions done for self, or actions done for others.
Okay.
Two models. The one to live by is the second one. Do actions
to do stuff for others.
Okay?
To do stuff for others.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. Don't give a fuck. Don't worry about yourself. Yourself will take care of itself. But make sure that you practice this. It'll become part of your nature and it'll bring forth within you. Things actually happen. This is not woo-woo shit, right? Things will actually be experienced. Okay?
Sounds reasonable.
Well, it's fucking true. 100% true.
Hey, when you did that interview with Amy yesterday, I mean not Amy, excuse me, Rob, Rose, how did that go? Rose and Johnny Kiz?
Good, yeah, we've got a video. It's on the Good Wolf channel.
So what do you think of Johnny?
Yeah, he's good. He's a good dude.
He's a hardcore Christian, man.
I understand that, but I think he's still finding his footings. I think the thing I liked about him is that he was absolutely 100% clear that Islam was a piece of shit.
Right.
So he's moved to a second base position. If he hangs around me too long, I'll get him to a first base position.
Rob, have you ever heard of a group called the Clown Car Posse?
Nah.
Okay, you remember how you heard about Rancam the other day?
Yeah.
Okay, he has a group called the Clown Car Posse, and it's Johnny Kids is in it, Rancam, Raw, all these dudes are over there, but they're all hardcore Christians.
I'd love
Tommy
to go to
Hall.
war. I'd love to go to war with them. So here's the deal: if you know any of them, just say there's this Rob Beasley who's a hardcore atheist who loves Jesus, and he set up a channel called the Master Debation series.
Right.
He's just he claims that this God thing is bullshit, and that the people are afraid of him. They'll never fucking beat him. Something like that. You get the drift.
Right.
And wind them up, because I tell you what, I promise you this, there'll be an entertaining series.
Right. Okay. You know that guy that you talked to the other day, Uncle Sam?
Hey?
Remember he called you an idiot over and over again until you kicked him out?
Who's that?
Uncle Sam. Okay, that's Thick Shades. He's part of the Clown Car Posse, so you've already met some of those guys.
Oh, right.
I guess through Benny. You know, I haven't seen Benny, though, but he's connected with those guys.
Ah, right. No, I had to treat Benny very, 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 very harshly. And ever since that point, I've not seen him.
I haven't seen Benny.
Yeah, I know. I think it was me. I think I'm the cause of that.
Mm.
See, here's another thing, Buntu. If someone said to me, stop it, stop picking on me, stop bullying me, blah, 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 I'm going to kill myself, I'd say, do you want a hand?
Right.
No, because it's a pity party, and you've fallen victim to the ego mind again, so you can't do it. You've got to be as tough as nails, mate, to survive.
But you know what I can't understand, Rob, is why don't you start your own gang, man?
I have.
There's plenty of people that join it.
I have. I've got my own gang.
You could get Luke Dog.
No.
James.
No. You have to know the code to get into the gang. So I've got a gang of, it's now 13, it was 12. They all know the code.
Okay.
I don't teach them or anything, so I'm not a teacher or anything like that. They just know, and I spot it in them, and, you know, they're on board. So I call them the Hounds from Hello.
Hounds of Hello. All right, so that's your
Hounds
gang.
from Hello. So what I'm saying is basically the game's over, whether you believe it or not, Buntu. I'm very, very happy that, you know, no matter what fucking happens from here, I've achieved what I needed to achieve. And if anything happens to me, then these 12 folks will just come on, and some of them are fucking better than me.
Right. Hey, Tom showed up.
Yeah. Now, Buntu, I still believe that, you know, every human can be as good as us in terms of this enlightenment, but I don't know for 100% sure. Welcome. I live in hope.
Hey, one second, Rob. Hey, Gimmick, is Tom up? Invite Tom to the hang.
I don't know where Tom is. He may have his daughter over. My resting. He said he was. He's has bad ribs at the moment. Well, where he's at? He's not on Facebook. No, nothing there.
Hey, Rob, did Tom ever show you a picture of his girlfriend?
You talking about Tomata?
Yeah.
Maybe. Why?
Yeah, I mean, was it that woman with the eyes, Gimmick, or was that just the woman at the gym?
I thought, oh, that's one. That picture is one person's friend.
Okay, I thought that was his girlfriend.
No, the one that was showing the black dress.
Yeah, nah.
I seen a funny image just now. Rob, just make you smile. This will.
Hey?
I didn't post out down how to do memes, so don't ask me. It was by Rapid or James who did this.
All right, hang on.
Put it in the outside.
Well, yeah, I'll screen share.
It's in the side chat in here.
Hang on, I'll show you.
You see it, Bento?
Amy.
Oh shit, she's just so funny. You You know, if you can get her in a hang, she just fucking, she's like a little.
See, I don't know how to do memes, so I don't have a clue how to do that.
puppet.
Maybe something simple, but I ain't got a freaking clue.
Pit bull for sale. Contact Bulldog or Fizz. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you someone I'm going to be extremely hard on is that Fizzy.
Fizz.
As hard as I can possibly be on.
Nosehead.
Hey?
Nosehead.
What's that mean? Is he Nosehead?
He's Nosehead, man.
Oh, right.
He said it himself. He's always sniffing, right?
Yeah. Okay, now it makes sense. Yeah. Because I picked that in him. And the other thing he does, when he's talking away, he fucking lets out a burp, a belch. And I thought, yeah, it's arrogance. It's pure arrogance. It's deliberate.
I better maybe not because I have an ulcer.
Okay?
Yeah, he's going to end up with one.
Well, he's going to end up with...
Probably having too many sausage squares.
Yummy.
They're not bad.
They'll be back in a sec, guys. BRB.
Yeah. All right, Lion. Come on. Have you grumble? La, 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 la.
Close that down. That's safe. Close that file down. That is safe.
You don't give two shits, men and women who die defend. I do. The shit people talk about.
Hungry. How long we got?
Hey, Phantom. Fanny Tom.
Yes.
Are your butt hurt, mate?
I'm not butthurt. Why?
I don't know. Just thought I'd ask.
No.
I'm just
I'm
cute.
quite-
I'm still waiting for an explanation why you think I'm a fence sitter and an arsehole.
I already gave it to you.
You didn't.
All right, I'll do it again.
Go on then.
Well,
Oh, there's my friend Petro. Right, now, what you do, and you do it consistently, right? You like to walk on smooth, troubled water. So in other words, to do that, if you see Amy do something, like Amy tells a lot of fucking bad lies. She just does. You let that go through to the keeper without calling it out. Whereas as soon as I spot it, I'll call it out.
Right. Now, I do sort of confront Amy on some of the things she says and does, which is part of the reason that she seems to have fell out with me now. So that's not true. So
well, I wouldn't worry about it, mate. She's fucking...
Well, I'm not worrying about it, but I'm just addressing your points. Right, so what's the next point?
Well, wait a minute, though. You didn't address the points. Let's do it again. You let some of her bad behaviours, which they happen right in front of your fucking eye, you do not call her out for it. You let it go.
But then I'm not her dad. I'm not her keeper. I'm just a friend on the internet. So it's not my job to call out every single thing that someone does. You know, friendships and relationships don't really go too well if you're going to constantly criticise people for what they do they?
No, it's not that at all, actually. And you'll get better friendships if you perhaps consider what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is, if a friend, you know, does something that's immoral and they do it in front of you, you should, in my opinion, say to them, hey, why did you do that? What's that all about? That's wrong. What happens is you get a closer bond when you do that. Why? Because it's a loving thing to do, to call out a lie. To become enlightened in life, you must eliminate fucking all lies. You just must. So you're doing a loving thing for the person. Now, if they choose, because then they'll do the pity party dance, right? Which is what you avoid. I don't. I let them do the pity party dance. I just make sure that they know that there's someone on this fucking planet that thinks that that behaviour is inappropriate. It helps them potentially, you know, if you persist long enough, it stops them doing that behaviour to some other human being, right? Lies and egos, they're fucking nightmares for humanity. So we're not just talking about the internet, we're talking about how humans behave normally. So in my world, if I see someone misbehaving, I'll fucking tell them every single time. And it's an act of, it's probably one of the most kindest acts you can do for someone, because you're stopping them from creating an egoic base. And that then moves them towards the spiritual outcome that every human should experience. Because remember, we only get fucking one life. We only get one life. So that's my view on it.
Now, to a degree, I sort of understand what you're saying. I might not agree with it, but then that's how you deal with things. We're all different, Rob, you know? We all handle things in different ways, you know?
No,
and to me, hold on. And to me, life's too short for me to try and address every single person that does any single thing that I disagree with. And that's not me. That's not what I'm about. But I will... like when everyone was ganging up on you, I did stand out to the crowd, and I stood up for you a bit, and I will point out Amy's things that she does that I don't agree with, and I'll do it with anyone. But then I'm not constant with it. I'm not constantly going on and on and on about, oh, you should do it my way, you should do it this way. I mean, I think one of the most frustrating, in a mild way, is with you. There's a lot of hypocrisy. It's like one minute you'll tell people that, oh, you shouldn't be controlled by anyone, and you should do your own thing, and you should do what you think's right. And then in the next breath, you'll say, oh, but I think what you did's wrong, and therefore you should do what I think. And that's hypocrisy. You're telling them they shouldn't let people tell them what to do unless it's you telling them what to do. Do you see what I'm saying? And it comes across as...
Yeah, I understand perfectly.
And
the difference is this. The difference is this. I follow the code that applies to all humanity. There is only one code when it comes to the enlightened condition. So what you perceive to be as me telling people to do, it's more like me pointing out the code that all humanity should follow.
But that's your opinion, though.
No, there's only one form of enlightenment. There's not fucking thousands of them.
Do you not see how that gives the impression of a delusion of grandeur? That, like, you think...
Yes, I understand. I know what you mean. But, fuck, that's not my problem. I just follow the code. That's all I do, and I follow it to the letter of the law.
I mean, I think it's admirable in a way that you've got a code and you live by it. Everyone's got different codes. But I do think that you need to be more tolerant of other people, that they might have their own code and their own way of doing things. You know? I think you get along with a lot more people a lot better. You'd have more influence. It's like the carrot.
No. There's only one code. There's not multiple ways of doing things. That's bullshit. That's egoic. I mean,
but then your code that you live by seems to be in your favour. It's like you're allowed to interrupt people to correct them, but they're not allowed to interrupt you to correct you. You're allowed to do things that other people aren't allowed to do. And I think when you take that approach, it isolates people. It pushes them away. It makes them think, oh, why bother? You know? I mean, I've got no ill will against you, mate. I'm just trying to be honest with you. I'm not sitting on the fence. I'm just trying to explain to you how it seems to the outsider, you know?
Yeah, no, I understand that. I understand that perfectly. It's the path you got to choose, you know, sort of thing. And, you know, I choose my path and I'm happy to live it. And here's the other thing you need to consider. This is important, really, particularly for you, dude. when you live by the code and hold it, you know, with high regard all the time, you'll find that the relationships that you establish in life are far, 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 far richer than experiences and relationships with the likes of Fizzy and Bulldog.
So I can go to Google.
You know, people respect you. So have you ever heard of the story of the tough teacher?
Hang out.
Hate him.
Hear me.
The kids hate him. But when,
Myself.
you know, down the track, they have the utmost love and respect for that teacher. Have you ever seen the Super Nanny show?
Well, I work in a school, and I've got to be honest, the most influential teachers are the ones that teach with the carrot and not the stick. And you seem to be more stick than carrot.
Well, I seem to be, but it's not true.
Well, if something seems to be, then isn't that the case? If you know.
Well, I think what we've got to do, dude, is we've just got to wait and see how things play out. Maybe it might be as quick as the next 2 weeks. We might see how my methodology works. I don't know whether you've noticed, but the bobcasts haven't been run for about 4 days or so. Benny has disappeared from the scene, down corners, rolled over. You know, these are not small events.
You're leaving a wake of destruction in your path.
Well, no, it's not destruction.
There's dead bodies everywhere.
Take no prisoners. Fuck them all.
I mean, something I'd like to ask you. I mean, feel free. It's a bit of a big question, but what if you had a magic wand? What would your ultimate aim be?
Yeah, well, I can tell you very specifically because it's exactly what I'm going to do. I want to convince people that my understanding of spirituality is absolutely correct. So I'll have some debates or discussions or whatever on spirituality, and this whole experience should help me, particularly if I win. And well, I say I've won already. Should help me demonstrate that I do know at least something about the spiritual reality of humans. Beyond that, I want to destroy Islam, and I've already started on that journey. The video's been made, the first one. I've given myself a couple of months to sort that out. Then I want to turn my attention on Christianity. I want to fucking destroy that as well. And I want to promote Jesus. And so this is all documented, and I'm all ready to argue. I want to conduct a series of debates. I'm going to call them the Great Debate, the Master Debations, and I'm going to challenge people to come and debate with me. And it's all based on the code. It's all based on the code, the whole lot of it.
I just want to make one suggestion, mate. As an outsider just listening in, just try and avert the masturbate, avert sexual references. Just
no.
Because it either makes people cringe, it makes them laugh, or so it's not going to help your cause. Trust me.
Nah, let me explain. I think you're wrong. So I had this revelation this morning, whilst having a bit of a masturbation event of my own.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Well, hey, do you do it? Do you do it?
I'm not talking. I think we all do. But we don't all talk. No, I don't talk about it. No.
I've realised that it should be spoken about. So
but in the context of, hold on, but you've got to think how that looks, right? So you're going up against Islam and Christianity, and it's like you're wanking for God, you know? And it's like that connotation will never let that subject be taken seriously, will it? You've got to see how counterproductive that's going to be. If you're going to have that undertone of it being about sex and masturbation, and I mean, didn't Jesus talk about matter not the things of the flesh or something like don't concern yourself with the matters of the flesh?
No, that's the Roman propaganda. The actual community that Jesus belonged to were a bit of a sexy lot. They might have even been like the bonobo or those monkeys, you know, where they liberally have sex. But here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. You got to think things through, Lion. If I say to, if I say openly and candidly, you know, I just had a bit of a masturbation event this morning, and then everyone cringes and goes, ooh, ah, then I simply turn to them and say, well, what are you saying to me that you do not masturbate? The room will go silent. The room will go silent.
You see how that's counterproductive? You're starting off to go into a spiritual debate, and then you're diverting it from the first step. You're diverting everyone's focus and attention to masturbation. And it's like you're either going to turn people away, make those that remain like laugh about it and take it trivial as what sort of a joke's this? And plus, the ultimate path that's going to lead down to is a discussion about sex and masturbation.
No.
About the spirituality.
No. In the code, love and true love, which we all know, Gimmick, you and I, we know exactly what that means. True love, there's fucking Chaswold. True love, which we all know about, must precede sexual activity. There's no overlap between love and sex. Sex comes from the self-surviving instinct, and true love comes from the herd instinct. So I know the boundaries, and I know how to make sure that everything stays within the code. By bringing it to the table, I really put a bit of spice into the whole discussion. And I disclose people for being hypocrites, you know, when they go, oh, that's terrible, blah, blah. I'll say, well, why is it terrible? Then I'll say, when did you first start masturbating? Then I'll say, most humans masturbate at 12, 13. They do it. They do it all by themselves. No one fucking teaches them. You know, so I'll make fools out of them if they try and ridicule it.
But can't you see how awkward it makes the debate? I mean, I'm blushing for you right now. I'm like, he's got a code. He's got a masturbator's code. What is this masturbator's code? Does it have to be skin on skin, or do you have to wear a sock, or is lube involved? And what's
no? Wait a minute. You did something.
You know what I mean?
You did something very malicious. Then very, very malicious. Let me.
Well, no, but I'm just making light of it because
no.
But that's the sort of imagery.
It's worse. What you did is terrible.
No, that's the sort of
imagery. Let me explain. The code.
Let me say one thing.
The code has nothing to do with. The code has nothing to do with sex.
Rob,
the code has nothing to do with sex.
That's not what I'm saying.
The code has nothing to do with sex. The code has nothing to do with sex.
Rob, you just repeated.
The code has nothing to do with sex.
You're making it very hard to converse with you right now. What I'm saying is. No, I'm not malicious. I'm trying to explain to you that by taking that approach to a spiritual debate, you're creating images in the listener's ears of masturbation and codes, and it all gets a little bit muddled, Rob. Is it a spiritual debate or a jerk-off, you know?
No, it's a spiritual debate. Look, don't you worry about it, mate. You just take a fucking front seat thing. Don't you worry about it. You don't understand. When you watch me in action, you'll understand.
Oh.
Anyway, next topic.
Yeah, please. Yeah. I mean, this is sort of what I'm saying to you. I mean, the minute you go down this, the minute you mention masturbation and stuff, one, it makes it awkward, and two,
next topic.
Next topic. I'm gobsmacked. I'm stuck to words.
No masturbation talk anymore.
Well, so far, Rob, the minute I say 4 words, you're interrupting, over talking, and repeating different phrases.
Well, I said next topic. Start on another topic.
Well, I'm trying to work to one, but the minute I get 4 words out, you say next topic.
Well, don't talk about masturbation anymore.
You brought it up. I'm trying to cleanse my head of it by working it to something else.
Do it. Yeah, go.
Right. So, my original question was, if you had a magic wand, what would your ultimate aim be? And it was to end Christianity, end Islam. Right. I mean, personally, if for the sake of your aims, I'd start with Christianity, because the Muslims will probably kill you in the
No,
process.
no. It has to be Islam. Has to be Islam.
Well, you're going to end up dead before you get to kill Christianity.
Been nice knowing you. Been nice knowing you.
What's that mean?
Well, you just said I'm going to be dead, so I just said nice knowing you.
Well, yeah, but then if that's your, I mean, can you not see how ridiculous that aim is? To want to end a religion. That's like the thought police. That's like, oh, we're going to ban all people that think different to us. Would you not say?
Hey, listen, you can do me a favour, dude. No, but can you do me a favour? Do you know Armando? Do you know? Oh, even Gimmick might be able to do us a favour.
No, I've no idea.
Yeah, do
Is
you
that
know
what you're screen sharing now?
Yeah, do you know that guy Armando? That hangout there?
No, not at all.
If you, I'll give you the link in the side chat. If you flick over there and just say hello, can I get a link to the room? They'll let you in because they don't know you. When you get in there, is she there?
You
There's
do
a
know
lot-
this is live and they're probably listening to it, don't you? In fact, if you mute that, you know what you're screen sharing?
Yeah.
Click the speaker symbol so it's muted, and then press the live button and see if they're screen sharing your channel. Because they might mute the sound and then click the live button. Yeah, mute the sound and click the live button.
Live here?
No. Yeah, that's live. Now put the sound on and you'll hear what they're saying. I'm just wondering if they might be watching your channel because I heard you mentioned in the side chat.
Oh, all right. Nothing's happening. It won't fucking do anything. Yeah, I mean, this Armando's playing me, or he thinks he's playing me. I've decided to actually shut his whole operation down. So I've given that.
Is that before Islam or Christianity?
Yeah, well, see, I'm doing all of what I said on my own because I don't want anyone else hurt. But I've got a crew now, and the crew are enlightened folks. And I've given them tasks. So one of the tasks is to shut this dude down within 2 weeks.
How long until Islam? What's the time frame for shutting down Islam?
End of February.
End of February. I'm sorry, Rob, but you've honestly, mate, you've got to understand how like absurd that sounds, yeah?
Not to me.
Like, no?
No.
So the US Army with all their military force, and they can't even shut down ISIS, but you're going to go one step further and shut down the whole of Islam.
Yeah,
come on, man.
Take all the Muslims and turn them into Jesus lovers.
You are making it very hard for anyone to defend what you're saying at the minute.
Doesn't matter. I don't need the defence.
Do you not think that, like I was saying with the carrot and the stick, the carrot's more effective because it makes people more receptive to what you're saying? Like, if you're barking at someone, then they're not very receptive to what you're saying, and they almost shut off, really. They'll just hear what they want to hear. Whereas if you sort of let people speak, let people finish, and then have a to and fro, and your ideas will be received better. And you'll have more influence from, you know, I guess I'm sort of suggesting that you might want to take a different approach, one that people can be more receptive to, rather than, you know, we've all got that instinct within us. If someone tells us what to do, even if you wanted to do it, you start thinking, oh, fuck you, I'm not doing it because you told me to do it, you know? And that seems to be the brick wall you're hitting. You're trying to force people to accept what you're saying rather than suggest things to them.
Mate, look, I'm no offence, but I run my own race and I do what I do.
Well, agreed, yeah, but then so do other people, which is what I'm trying to say to you, is other people take that same approach. So therefore, if you want to influence other people, it's better to nudge them rather than try and force them.
Well, let's
Well,
see
try
if
and-
I'm right. Let's do a field experiment and see if I'm fucking right. Oh, wait a minute.
Trying to get a cat in a cage, innit? You can either try and force the cat into the cage, or you can put a bit of food in the cage and see if he'll go into the cage of his own accord. You know?
Yeah. Oh, pardon me. So is there any way you can get over there, or if I give you the link with there, and just say hey to that girl?
I think chat. I've just scroll up a little bit. I've just seen Chaz comment, and I've
Yeah.
seen my name. What was he saying?
He's shitting himself at the moment, mate.
Scroll the screen up, Rob, because you've got half the screens missing at the top.
That way?
Yeah,
That
that's all. Yeah, and then the chat. Where did Chaz? I think Chaz is listening to this hangout.
Yeah, he
while
is.
that one.
Yeah. Rob, ever used a
Good walk,
flashlight?
he's
You could
talking
be
about.
flesh enlightened. See what he's doing there? Look, here's the subtleties. Here's the subtleties, right? He's trying to fucking buddy up to me. But I will not move an inch with him. He fucking persecuted me from day one. He is the main problem, this Chaswell. I know that now for sure because he mentioned a lady by the name of Shana Rocky. And I remember her because she was an egotistical bitch. And he mentioned that he was at that point. And he's the one he's the prime one. And I will go, and I've already told him this, within the code, I'll go as close to the limits with him and giving him grief. I could break the code, which I'd never do, and I could break him permanently, whether you believe it or not. But he's going to get a fucking hard time out of it, and hopefully, he'll benefit spiritually from that difficult thing. See, the ego mind sees the telling of truth as a hard, insurmountable problem. But the reality is when you actually just do the deed, on the other side, it's nowhere near as hard as you thought it would be. So what else does the prick say? He says, the good wolf is talking about wanking in his hangout and wants people to get naked and confess to him their sins. That's true. Yeah. Well, not naked. I realise that's ridiculous because you get your channel pulled out. Just wear their jocks and stand nude. Full confession has to meet my standard because remember, I'm the victim. I know the story. And then the third element is that instead of where before I would have stood by him like I did with Down and support him, I won't support any. There's a group of them. I will not support them. They're on their fucking own. And they'll be right as long as they stay, with the code. And so
Can I just
shit scared about that, hey?
Can I just say, at what point? I mean, to me, it's obvious that you and Chaz are never going to see eye to eye. So, at what point does one of you sort of say, "Look, I disagree with this guy," and just walk away and just agree to disagree, so to speak? You know, because I don't see what good is to be gained for either of you from this constant battling of.
Well, no, when you deal and battle for the truth, you will always win. You'll always win. You always win when you battle for the truth. So for me, I've had that battle. I've won. I mean, I've learnt so much about how to apply the code.
So aren't you just flogging a dead horse then? If you've already won, then what's to be gained by flogging a dead horse?
There's three elements that these guys need to address to satisfy me, right? And it is, again, it's a loving thing, right? Because if I don't do this, who's going to stand up for the prick? And if you don't stand up for Chaswold, he will do this sort of caper. He's worse than just the bullying. He's what I call an intellectual and spiritual fraud.
Do you mean stand up for or stand up against? Stand up. Do you mean stand up for or stand up against?
I'm standing up against egoic behaviours that are fucking harmful for him, probably his family, and everyone that he bullies downstream if I don't take action.
Well, at the minute, I think it's safe to say.
Hang on. There are three specific outcomes I want. First one is, and I'm I'm asking for money. So I've actually got some money now. 10 grand I've got already. So I want money to sue him for defamation, because the gaslighting phenomena is pure and obsessive defamation of character. So that's one. Sorry, and there's loss of earnings. I've lost quite a lot of money, and loss of health now that I think of it. There are other damages that relate to his behaviour. Right, so that's the legal remedy. The second one is I want to go him on the internet. So I want the internet to start to recognise the term gaslighting, and I'll use him as the vehicle, and all the stuff I've collected on them, on this behaviour, and just say to the internet, fucking stamp out this gaslighting behaviour. What was the third one? Third one is spirituality, I think, or whatever, because he's a spiritual vandal. He speaks as if he has some sort of knowledge on all things, right? And he broadcasts that to people. So he's pissing in their pond. So it's not as simple as it seems, mate. It's not as benign as it seems. It's criminality of the highest order. When we talk about if a person fucks over your spiritual path, as I know he does, explicitly I know exactly where he goes wrong. If you fuck over their ability to have knowledge in life by giving false information like this logic and all of the other bullshit he goes on with, these are major, major serious things. So I intend with all my vigour, and I'd rather die than not have this guy suffer those outcomes. He'll survive, and he'll be a better man for it, and other people will benefit from his thing. Oh, and the other thing was, of course, the public in jocks public confession. They're all going to fucking do it, I promise you. They may as well bloody do it now. One hang, they can do it all together, one after another, so that they've got company. And here's the other thing, right? I woke up this morning, with this masturbation issue, and I realised, fucking hell, I realised I can actually stand naked before the world. And that's the Jesus teachings. Think I'm bullshitting? Listen to this. He says, his disciples said, when will you appear to us, and when will we see you? Jesus said, when you strip, that's take off your clothes, without being ashamed. I could do that. I could do that before anybody. And I'm not a pretty person. And you take your clothes and put them under your feet like little children and trample them, then you will see the Son of the Living One. I know specifically what that is, and that's my experience. And you will not be afraid. And I know exactly what that means, and that's my experience. So,
but don't you think that's a metaphor?
No, it's not.
It's resembling the thing that we hide behind. Everyone's got this facade we have in public, haven't we? Everyone's got that public persona, and to me, that is when you're true to yourself, which is the naked bit. When you're true to yourself, and you trample on what you're masking yourself, I don't think that involves masturbating in front of a mirror. Put it that way.
No, we're not. What do you got? Fucking masturbation?
You're bringing up the masturbation and then referring me to this paragraph. And I'm like, what's going on about?
It says very clearly, it doesn't mention masturbation at all. It says strip without.
Hold on, Rob. You brought up the masturbation, and now you're referring.
We're talking about this saying of Chaswold. This Chaswold standing naked before the world. That's what we're saying.
Right.
We're not talking about him masturbating.
You were.
No, that's bullshit. You're a fucking liar.
Rob, listen back to it. You were talking about
Hey, you filthy liar. Now listen, this hang on. Hey, listen, you've got a link to this video. Go and play it back and then you bring me the part where I said anything at all about Chaswold the Almighty masturbating.
No,
Show me it.
I don't know how we got from masturbation to Chaswold to this quote.
Well, you made the link, but I'll say it very
I didn't
clearly.
make the link.
I'll
You've
say
been
it very
talking, not
clearly.
me.
I'll say it very clearly. Jesus said, stand naked, and he means physically naked. No fucking euphemisms or, whatever. Physically naked, right? Because if you can do that and not be ashamed, keyword ashamed, then you will understand the spiritual reality within us all. That's all he's saying.
So you
and
mean
I'm saying that this is spiritually healthy for these people to do it exactly the way I've asked for it to be done.
So you want to see people naked on camera,
They'll have their jocks on. They'll have their jocks on.
But that's the part of the clothing.
Yeah, but it's enough for me, right? And besides, it doesn't work in this context.
Weird that sounds.
It doesn't work in this context because if you stand fully naked, they'll pull your channel down. If you stand fully naked, they'll pull your channel down. So just stand there in your Speedos. Stand there in your Speedos. That'll do. I'm happy with that.
Oh, I've got to thank you, Rob. I've not laughed this hard for a while.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Oh, well, see, that's the point. When you follow the code, mate, life is wonderful. It truly is. When you laugh from the soul, When you love from the soul. Why would you sacrifice those wonderful things for some fucking idiot's ego? I don't. I'll never do it. And I recommend that you consider that and, live closer to the law. I know that you know it. I know you know it.
I'm just worried that you're letting them affect you. You've got the power to be the bigger man, walk away, do your own thing. And
you mean run away? I'll never run away.
No. You seem engrossed in sort of proving a point to people that don't, to be honest, they don't really care what you think, Yeah,
but look at it this way, Fan Tom. This does run for 3 years, and over that 3-year period, you've suffered some of this as well. They spread malicious lies, terrible lies.
Yeah, but lawyers
who I am and what I am, who I am, what I am. Now, like me, you're still here.
Well, yeah, but then I'm not engrossed.
You didn't walk away.
But then I'm not engrossed in engaging in this tit for tat, doing a review.
Nearly over, Phantom. It's nearly over. It's nearly over. I'm going after Islam. Today, no, I'm not joking. I'll die for that cause as well. But, don't be afraid. Be a fucking.
I'm not afraid, Rob. I'm just like, I don't know what I am.
You're not affected.
Describe what I'm feeling right now.
Yeah. But no, I'll never walk away ever, because if I fucking walk away, I guarantee that I can come back in 3 years, and these pricks will have a whole bunch of other victims in their wake. If I stay here, I think I can actually change that.
I think you're burdening yourself with a very mighty challenge. And I mean, who am I to judge? You may be up to the task, I don't know. But to me, honestly, as a friend telling you honest advice, mate, I'd just leave it. They'll do what they're going to do. You're not going to stop them doing what they want to do. Right? That's what they do.
Not a chance in hell. Not a chance in hell. I'd rather die.
And the other side of that, another issue.
Oh, hang on, Phantom. I can handle fucking these. There's about 50 at the moment. I can handle every single fucking one of them, all on my own. In
that's
fact,
great.
I could handle 100, I reckon. And I'm very relaxed. I'm very much on top of the game. All my current workload is complete and up to date. All my little things are organised. So.
Well, that's
Don't
great.
worry about me, mate. Don't worry about me.
What I'd also say is, I mean, people like me that have tried helping you and supported you and stuff and sort of backed you up sometimes, don't push people like me away because we won't fight the way you want it fought. That's my other bit of advice, because all you'll do is end up pushing the people that are trying to help you away.
Yes, but I almost had to do that with my wife. This is how serious it gets.
That should tell you all you need to know then. If your wife is in the firing line because of your vendetta, then maybe it is time for you to just stand back and just reassess the situation and think, what is my ultimate aim? What is your ultimate aim and what is the potential cost?
Hold it. Now, that was very, very malicious. You just sung to their tune. You said I'm on a vendetta. I'm fucking not. I've said that 1,000 times. Please, for crying out loud, at least say, Rob, are you on a vendetta? And let me answer. I'm not. It's about justice. Right? I don't need this shit. I could walk away tomorrow if I chose to. But I choose not to see other people abused by these guys. If they tell the truth, I'll walk away. I won't even pursue any other avenues. But that's the way it is. And then you said something about my wife. I can't remember. But things are okay with the wife. It's just that we had to have it out because it's very bad. You get very bad outcomes when you placate ego. It fucking bites you in the ass. Sorry. Welcome back. You're gonna fucking not talk now. Hey, there's Toasty. Hey, Phantom. Oh, come on, mate. Fucking Jesus. Man up. Hey, gimme. What? Is everyone fucking quiet on me? Now, Kirby, see exactly what you just did. That's where you might as well stick a knife in my back, because what you just did, now whether it's by design or not, I don't know. Only you'll know that. But you ran the line of Kerberos. Kerberos is sitting on the outside chat. He's picked it up straight away and he said, calm down, Rob. So he's trying to run a profile that I'm emotionally upset, that it's a strain on me, all this sort of stuff. And you fucking played right into his hands. That's now been broadcast live. He'll be able to go to Mercy Health or whomever and say, look, Rob's mentally unwell. You need to fucking lock him up. So if I find out that you actually maliciously did that, watch out, buddy. If I tell you this, you ain't seen me at my fucking worst yet, and you will regret it. Okay, so is a vendetta. Rob, learn English. So they keep saying that I'm on this fucking vendetta, and I say, no, it's an act of love. It's immoral what they do. It's against the spiritual code. They harm fucking other people. And I won't stand for injustice. I've been abused for 3 fucking years. 3 fucking years, right? And terrible things have happened in my life. There's been terrible financial and spiritual, financial and see now what he's doing. He's running with that vendetta line. So this is why it pisses me off. And this is why I divorce you as friends. Because you become fucking liabilities and enemies, whether it's deliberate or just out of pure ignorance. Now you can see there. I'm not bullshitting. It's on the screen there. You can see what Chaz has typed. Sorry, not Chaz, but Kirby. You can see what he's typing. So this is a subtle game they play. So now, Phantom, I'll still leave you in the room, but I'm going to keep a fucking close eye on you. If you say one word that seems to be their story and it doesn't seem to be what should fit your profile, you and I are finished, and I will do something about it. Right, so please stop trying. So here's Toasty.
Rob,
Toasty.
can you hear yourself?
Yeah, I know exactly what I said. Why?
So you're threatening to kick me out if you think I'm saying something that agrees with them. So as long
No,
as I
no, not that maliciously. You're actually deliberately working for them. You're part of their agenda.
No, I'm not. I don't give a shit about them. I'm just talking to you.
Use the term vendetta.
Well, it does seem like you've got a vendetta because you're spending most of your day.
Hey, what you do is you ask.
Videos.
Wait a minute.
Hold on, Rob. I've just got to say something.
Wait a minute. What you must do, if there's uncertainty in your mind, or if you're going to say something that's damaging to my position, at least do me the courtesy of asking me what my opinion is. I live it. So when it comes to deciding whether I'm on a vendetta or not, I'm entitled to express what I actually do and why I actually do it. So I do it for truth, I do it for justice, I do it for love, period. It's not a fucking vendetta. And I don't care about what it appears to you, because that's your assumption and you're being delusional. If you get into delusional thinking, here we go, this will be interesting. Phantom, this will be interesting. Watch this. This nothing. Now, what he'll do is he'll probably crash the fucking thing before it's out. And he's going to be strictly managed, right? So he'll eventually just go out and fucking pull the plug. Phantom, please do not make fucking assessments on me without checking with me first to see if I agree with your assessment.
Right, can I just say something without being on broadcast, without being muted, without being talked to?
Depends on what you say.
Right. My first thing is, it's pointless me being here if you're going to keep interrupting me, unbroadcasting me, and not letting me speak. Because if I can't speak and say what I think in my own words, then it is literally pointless me being here. So if that's the sort of respect you're going to show people that, believe it or not, are actually trying to...
See ya, fuckwit. So all he was trying to do was protect his ass, and he wasn't listening to what I was saying, so off he went. I mean, I'm happy to have a chat with him another day, but if he's going to go butthurt Nancy and forget the truth, you know, fuck it hell, I'm not interested. Now, let's read something before this fucking... This filthy piece of shit, this sadistic, cruel, pathological, lying, intellectually fraudulent arsehole by the name of Chaswold, the Almighty, and somewhere in it, it's fucking Underwood. Now, if anyone knows who this prick is, who his real name is, okay, please let me know. I have enough money, I think, ready to at least initiate the first action. Righto, now, Rob, you are paranoid. Right, now, see, what's happening, these guys are profiling me. What they're trying to do is set up an agenda that'll see me in mental health. I'm not paranoid at all. I'm just dealing with circumstances. If you don't tell the truth, yeah, it's just bullshitting. Right, now, this one here, this is really interesting. This is a guy called Toasty Roasty, who's a bit dodgy. Please stop trying to set up Rose with Biggie. No, get fucked. If I see some love, I want to foster that love. And, you know, they're lovely people. And I know that Rose said she didn't have, she said specifically that she hadn't found love. And when I heard that, I thought, fucking hell, Rose, she's such a fucking brilliant, lovely lady. You know, and you know, the way she said it, she was after it. And I just noticed that she was making a connection to Biggie. And Biggie's a real fucking cool dude. He really is. And he's got special qualities, particularly around the music. So hopefully, and Biggie's got a good song, and what we're trying to do with Biggie is we're trying to encourage him to actually start exploring his voice, because I think he's got a good voice. And if he can't sing at the moment, he's just got to get some training. So set up Rose for Biggie. She's my gal and I'm hers. No, Toasty, you can fuck off. He's better value for her than you'll ever be. When you see Rose, ask her. She will confirm. Well, if she does, I won't say anything. We have true love and are planning to live happily ever after in an underground bunker. All right, mate, you're fucking around. Fair enough. Thank goodness for that. Rose is going to kick my ass. Hello, viewer number 7. What you doing? Oh, thank you, love. All right, let's go, Spazwold. Spazwold, the almighty asshole of the world. Welcome, Spazwold.
Well, that's not very nice, Rob. Sitting.
Now, Spazwold, very strict rules. If you speak one word that's untrue, I'm going to fucking eject you like a rocket. Welcome, Spazwold.
What's up?
What's
okay,
up?
to
Say
make
hello,
sure I don't.
Hey, say hello to Gimmick, please.
Hello, Gimmick. How are you, mate?
You all right? I'm all right, yeah. I'm good. Watching YouTube video. How you doing?
I'm not bad, mate. I'm not bad.
Good,
So,
good.
to make sure I don't say a word that's untrue, Rob, I'll try not to make any truth claims at all. I can't lie if I'm not trying to make a truth claim.
Chaz, you and I, as adult human beings, know what the true story is. You fucking
Yes,
hide
we
from
do.
it. That's my view. I'm just saying to you, Chaz, if you say something that's not 100% true, I'm going to kick you immediately.
Yes, so Rob, that's if I say, in order to tell a lie, I have to make a truth claim that is false, that I know is false.
No,
Yeah?
Chaz, don't complicate it with your logic crap.
It's
Truth
not
is
complicating that.
Truth is what we live. Truth is what we live. You
Well,
know,
if I ask you a question,
you a filthy prick abused my wife in an appalling manner. Is that a true statement or a false statement?
that would be it. I'd say it would be neither true nor false, because it's a thing of nuance.
Told ya. Gimmick. I'm just preserving truth. I will not tolerate lies, my friend. Hey, Gimmick, anything you want to talk about? Hey, Gimmick, this will be over soon. Kirby's going to shut down our session. Good on you, Kirby. Hey, Kirby, you can come in. Come on. Oh, there you are. He's just gone in to shut us down, so we're just going to be shut down. Gimmick, thanks for coming along.
We didn't know that was your shit, man.
Yeah, yeah. Like we came and apologized. Like we're sorry about it, man.
You take care of that.
I could cut it.
I take care of it.
Like take your stuff, Charlie. I'll cut a check.
All right. Hey man, okay. Yeah, you do. Hey, as long as y'all are good and everything, man.
Yeah, no, yeah.
You gotta be good too. I'm good. I mean, I'm cool.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll
You gotta find
shake
your
your hand, man.
Yeah, I would like to shake your hand. Take care of me.
Yeah. Right, yeah.
Just take care of it.
Yeah. Oh shoot. It's good to meet you.
Oh man, this is a mess. I got a man.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, guys.
Dude. Thanks for that.
It's all right. He's gonna be fine.
No. Thanks for having my back there.
Yeah, thank you.
He's not fucking.
Got my good job out of me.
Thank man. Shit. But yeah, no, I'll cut you a check, for all that stuff. That's fucking crazy, man. You literally just saved my ass. But I don't play tomorrow. Yeah, I mean.
God, I'm glad y'all came back when we worked this out.
Yeah.
I hate going to bed at night going to morning with somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. Pleasure meeting you too. Good luck in the snow in New Jersey coming up. I'll be good. I'm just so I got that big truck. When it warms up for snow, I'm thinking about coming out there. Anytime. What are we doing? Cooking with Grandpa.
That'd be good.
We'll call it Psycho Dad and Grandpa Cook. Yeah, because we'll say cooking with Grandpa. Well, Psycho Dad is title way more. You gotta use Psycho Dad. Thank God. Thank God.
Man, we'll stop by. Grandma, we'll see.
Hey, I love you, man. Give me a hug.
Oh, thanks, man.
I'm gonna go hug old mom, man. Put the camera down for a minute and give me a hug. Yeah. Monkey boy.
Nice. We'll swing by your house before the.
All right. My pleasure, boss. Absolutely, man.
But one more thing. Isn't it the tattoo room? Like, let's be honest.
The tattoo room? My tattoo, right?
Did you actually get that shit? Nah, okay. Holy shit!
Wait, everyone wants to know. Is that real or not?
Alright, so you didn't just put that on like earlier today?
How did you know you were going to ask the question?
Dude, Michael Scola on Prison Break put that shit on